Team on Facebook Live. Today, Kelly is away, but I'm joined by our equally as glamorous assistant Chappie. Chappie, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you all.
So since we've last been on Pick the Team, we've beaten Arsenal, Watford and Hull. What do you think of these three games anyway? The start of a new part of our season?
Well, hopefully, yeah. I mean, and those three have been without the main striker, of course, Aguero, so the three great results. And at the end of the day, it's the results that's the important thing, isn't it?
That Arsenal game felt like it was a bit of a turning point. It was one of those where we were 1-0 down at half-time, and a lot of times we would have just folded. But no.
Yeah. Great result, of course. The Chelsea game was so disappointing because of the result. But, I mean, we played well enough against them to win the game comfortably, but of course missed chances. So to get back the 3 points against a top team helps the cause, doesn't it?
So we've got Liverpool away. We've beaten Liverpool once away in the league. You'll remember that.
Whatever.
Peter Schmeichel was in goal.
2003?
Yeah. Peter Schmeichel in goal, 2 from Anelka. So it's never an easy task at Anfield. We've had some tough times, but they're conceding goals, and obviously we score goals. So can we do it?
Yeah, well, of course we can. I think we can beat anybody on our day. They're great going forward as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
They've so many people have scored so many goals for them this season. It's going to be a tough game. It's notoriously a tough place to go, as you've just said. The record we've got there isn't great. They're flying. Yeah. They're on top of their game. But hopefully the last three results have given us confidence, and we've certainly got the players capable of creating chances and breaking them down. As you said, they're conceding goals as well. So,
well, talking to the players anyway, let's throw this out to you guys out there. We want your comments as ever. We want you to pick the team for the game. Obviously, you're not being Pep Guardiola. It's not going to be the real team, but let's do this. So, in goal, I think this is pretty straightforward.
Right, he'll go for Bravo, for
it's
sure.
It's going to be Bravo. 2 clean sheets in the last 3. I think that's important, isn't it, for him?
He's had very little to do the last couple of games, so...
Yeah. Let's hope that continues
Yes.
at weekend. So, we want 2 full-backs from you. We want a right-back and a left-back at the same time. So, get them in the comments. We'll pick the most popular pairing of those two. Go on, chap.
For me?
You pick yours.
It's automatic for me, Sanya and Clichy.
How come?
Unchanged side. They've looked quite comfortable the last 3 games. Yeah. And I think with the injuries we've got, so there's not a lot of alternatives.
Yeah, we're not too sure about Zabi yet, are we? We're not sure if he's going to be back yet.
No.
But
Sanya's done well the last 2 or 3 games.
Well.
I think he deserves to stay there.
Some people saying Zaba, but a lot saying Sanya Clichy, Spinner Kenny, Sanya Clichy. I think it's got to be, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I think those two have been...
I think, I just say, I think this week, this particular game is probably the easiest team selection of the season.
It's weird, isn't it? Because we've struggled a lot in these. Me and Kel have never got one of these right, but this would be a nice place to start, wouldn't it?
I think we've every chance of getting this one right.
So, let's move on. We now want 2 centre-halves, please, from you guys. Stones came off injured at the weekend, but Pep said after the game it was just a knock, and it looked that way. It didn't look too bad. We're not too sure till tomorrow, but we want you two to pick. It's probably going to be out 3, isn't it? Kolarov, Otamendi and Stones?
I would think so. I mean, I think he'll stick with Otamendi and Kolarov. He likes that left-sided, right-sided balance at centre-backs.
Yeah.
We don't really know if Stones is 100%, and they did quite well together, so... For me, that is an automatic back 4.
Yeah, people are saying, some people Stones and Otamendi, Sean Bulmer, James Smith, Otamendi and Kolarov. Someone Otamendi and Kolarov solid. I think Kolarov played really well against Hull because that's centre forward for them.
Kolarov's got his critics and he's been exposed a couple of times, I think, particularly against Leicester and Chelsea. Slight lack of pace, but against brilliant players in Vardy and Costa and Willian, so you can't blame him in every department there, but I think he's been pretty solid all season. As I said, he does like that left-sided, right-sided balance. Yeah,
and we got a bit more height in the team as well with those involved. So, Asirir Dupe as well says Otamendi and Kolarov, and because we're not sure if Stones is going to be fit, let's go for them too. So next up, the 2 in the midfield. So we think we're going to play 2 holding. We've no idea. We could play 3 at the back. We've no idea. But 2 midfielders. And let's just point out that in none of the pick the teams we've done, Yaya Touré's never been an option. because it was before he came back to the team?
I think he's automatic now, isn't he? He's back to his old self, playing brilliantly. And for me, the two protecting the back four just sitting in front there is Yaya and Fernandinho.
Yeah, people saying Fernandinho, Yaya, Fernandinho, Torre. It's crazy, isn't it? Because the start of the season, Torre wasn't even in the fold, and now he looks fitter, he looks sharper. And I thought against Hull, he just ran the show like a quarterback.
He's back to his old self. And the first game he came back, Crystal Palace away, what an impact he made on the game that day. He's just carried on from there.
What I like is he's one player we've got is not afraid to have a go from distance. You know, when we're struggling and things like that. And if we're going to get a penalty against Liverpool, there's no other man in the league that you'd want to take that penalty.
Absolutely, it was a great penalty, wasn't it? And he's got that. When he kicks into the turbo, like coming from a deep position, there's not many players can run at people like he can. He's so much strength and power and skill and ability and vision. He's just an all-round great player. 10
in 10 penalties, and one was the winning penalty in the League Cup against Liverpool. So Torre and Fernandinho. So Torre's in. Everyone's saying Fernandinho. Some saying Fernando. I mean, Fernando's been good when he's played for us.
Excellent. When he's come in, he's played really well. Good player, solid, dependable. But Fernandinho, for me, is just so important to this team.
I think we missed him. I know we won a couple of the games when he wasn't there, but I think it's obvious when he doesn't play because you just miss the ending.
I feel so much more comfortable when he plays. I'm sure the back four players feel a lot more comfortable when he plays. He just puts out fires, but apart from that, he's brilliant going forward as well. You know, he can pass, he can shoot, he can score.
He scored against Liverpool as well in the cup final, so let's throw that one in again.
Great.
So 3 in front of those. Chris Bell's already jumping the gun here. Sterling, De Bruyne, and Silva for those 3 roles.
Spot on.
I think this time last year we might have said about Sterling, maybe you leave him on the bench, bring him on as impact, but I don't think anything phases him now.
No, he's had a great season. He's come on leaps and bounds, scoring goals, creating stuff, loads of assists, and De Bruyne, of course, is just an exceptional midfield player. But everybody forgets about David Silva because of the resurgence of Yaya and De Bruyne's brilliance and Fernandinho. But I mean, Silva's one of the best midfield players in the world. Everybody expects him to be brilliant every week.
I think it says a lot about Silva that he's gone under the radar. Just gets on with it. Still one of the first on the team sheet. Yeah. So let's have a look what people are saying on here. Everyone bar a few. Some people saying Sane, who played very well against Arsenal.
Scored his first goal too.
Yeah. James Smith, De Bruyne, Silva and Sane, but most people, Sterling, Silva, De Bruyne. And I think that's what we're going to go for. Let's throw them into the team, Sterling, Silva and Kevin De Bruyne. So, one place left. Who's played up front for the last few games? We've had Sane, Nolito, De Bruyne, but...
He's got to come back for me, hasn't he? He's back available. As long as he's not had any adverse conditions from his time absent, then he's an automatic choice for me.
We miss an out-and-out forward, don't we? I mean, you could tell when Kelechi came on, we just had a focal point. Things changed because you got someone to give the ball to, and I think Aguero is... I know that Liverpool fans and the Liverpool players don't want to see him play.
Absolutely.
So
you just know when you knock a ball up to him, it sticks, and he makes those darting runs in behind defenders, and he just needs half a yard to get a crossing or a shot. He's just an exceptional player, and automatically coming back in for me.
Yeah, I think Kelechi's done well when he came on. He scored again. Now
record goals per minute played is just phenomenal, isn't it?
The best ever goals per minute ratio in the Premier League.
Staggering.
A goal every 96 minutes. So it's great that if he can be on the bench, if we're struggling at Anfield, he can come on. Nothing phases him again. I mean, look at Old Trafford this season. Knocks in a goal at Old Trafford, the winning goal. So
actually, every time he comes on as sub, he makes an impact. I think that's probably for this part of his career with so many. Obviously, with Aguero and stuff like that, it's difficult for him to get in, week out, starting 11. But I think he's doing brilliantly in what he's doing at the moment.
So, no Coutinho for Liverpool, Klopp said in his press conference.
Good.
That makes a difference, doesn't it? We're going to see our old
Well, they've got some exceptional players this season, Liverpool, who are all playing really well, dangerous. There's a lot of players scored a lot of goals for them. Even our old pal James Milner.
Just going to say we're going to return to Milner.
Fantastic.
So that could be interesting. It could be Sterling on the right against Milner left back. That's going to be a battle.
Yeah, Sterling can, on his day, get the better of anybody, really. He's got so much ability. He's very quick feet. You know, if he's on his game, I mean, I don't know how he'll react to going back to Liverpool. That's the big question mark. If he sustains this run and this confidence that seems to have got this season, then he could have an exceptional game as well.
So the 11 that you guys have picked is in goal Bravo, back four of Sanya, Otamendi, Kolarov, Clichy, got Torre and Fernandinho in the middle, Silva, De Bruyne, Sterling and Aguero returns up front. Quick score prediction before we wrap up.
This is a tough one. I mean, it's a hard game, this.
Would you take a draw?
I think both teams will score.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be too disappointed with a draw.
Yeah.
If we're on our game and people playing as a team, not just brilliant individuals, but collectively as a team, I think we can create chances. It's if the man himself who's back, if he is back,
if he gets chances,
just capitalises on those chances, then I think we could edge it.
I'm going to finish with Sean Bulmer, who says 2-1 City. Thanks for joining us. I'm sure we'll see you again soon. Thank you, Chappie.
Merry Christmas.